Hi everyone, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today sharing my latest junk journal that I've made. This one I made is a little larger than the ones I've been making. It was made out of 9 by 12 clasp envelope, so the final measurements now are 6 by 9 or 9 by 6. On this one I did end up using the metal corners. Let me see if you can see that. Oh, maybe. The metal corners that I received in one of my last haul videos. So that's something different. I've never used metal corners before, but I think it looks kind of cool. And also, sometimes the edges can be a little bit sharp, but now with the corners they're not. So this journal is, well, the inside is made with, I was using paper pad by Tim Holtz, and why can't I remember the name of the paper pad? I'm not sure, but it's all one. The cover right here was made out of a paper from the Dear Jane paper stack. I don't remember who makes it, sorry, but it was called Dear Jane. But I like this image here. It's like the flower, and this is one of those metal bird cages. So I thought that was kind of cool. And this one, I put the eyelets on the front and the back and ran the sari silk ribbon through it to close it. And then it just ties like this. So, opening it up, on the first page here, I made a little tiny library pocket. I didn't want to cover this part here because I just kind of look cool. But I wanted something in the corner. So let me just pick that up a little bit. So you can see here, what I've done is I have a piece of coffee dyed paper here, and then underneath I just have like a little layering of some scraps and some eyelash trim that was gifted to me by Danny. And then a little butterfly there. And then in the pocket here, here I put a little piece of lace. And then in the pocket, I have an actual little library card. And I backed that with some cardstock just so it's a little bit sturdier. But also, if you want, you could write something on the back, like, you know, for what's in this journal, or, you know, whatever you want, or you don't have to. But I thought this one was kind of cool when I found it. I think I found it on Pinterest, I believe so, but it has like the little stamp dates in here, so I thought that was pretty neat. And then this, I liked this little, it looks like a stamp kind of in the background, and it was actually a scrap from one of the offcuts, but I kept it because I wanted that little image. So I just cut it down and they can just stay in there together. And in this one, as you can see, I did put lace on some of the pages. I haven't done that in a while. I actually haven't done that, I don't believe I have done that on any of the TN inserts. I think I used to only do this on like the big junk journals. So that is something that I kind of miss doing. So we have that there. And then here, clipped on the page, is a little sewn pocket that you can stick something inside. There's nothing in it right now, but you can add something in there. And I used one of the 3x4 cutouts from the Tim Holtz paper stack. And it clips right back there. And then, let's see, moving on. This paper, it's really cool. It's like it's all collaged, like all the different, sorry, my hands are hot, but like different pieces of paper all collaged on it, and I just thought it was really cool. So yeah, I don't know what the paper, you know what, I do know what the paper pad is. Hold on one second. Okay, so it is Memoranda. That's what it is. Yep, by Tim Holtz. Yeah, so as you can see, each piece of paper, it looks like it's all collaged. So I thought that was pretty neat. I like Tim Holtz anyway. So then, okay, where was I? Yeah, I was on this page. Oh, and this is the same paper I used for the cover. And then I just punched the edge right here just to make it a little different. And here then on the first pocket, oops, you can see some of my mess that I'm trying to cover up. Don't look that way. On the first pocket here, I have a couple tags that I made. I liked this image from the paper. I thought it was pretty cool looking, so I cut it out from the 12 by 12, and then I have this image here too. So those go here, and then on the pocket here I just did some burlap trim with 2 vintage buttons on there. And then on the back here, this flips out, so you have lots of journaling room here, but there's also a little tiny hidden tuck spot here, so you can put stuff inside there. And this is also from a cutout, part of the 12 by 12 that I cut out. And here we have our first music sheet, and this was also gifted to me by Danny. Thank you, Danny. And I ran a paper ruffle right on that side there. I was just realizing after I did that, I covered up the name of the song. But I believe, oh yeah, I think it was called Rosemary. So there's that. And now the next page, I did a big pocket here. Let me take these out so I can show you. I did the full pocket, so it goes from one side of the page to the other. Then I had this little scrap left over, but I kind of liked it. So what I did is I sewed it down onto this, and then I sewed everything down onto the paper. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I have 2 tags that I made here. Made this tag with the paper, sewed all around the edges, added some sari silk ribbon to the top, and then on the back I backed it with some tea-dyed paper. And then this one here is a cut apart, or not a cut apart, I cut it apart from the collection, and then I also backed it with some coffee dyed paper, so that way you can journal on the back of it. And then tuck that right back in there, and that tucks in there. And then, oh, my book kept slipping. Okay, there we go. So next we have some, and all the, I don't know if I've said this already, but all the paper in here is all tea stains. And here's another flip out, and another little hidden tuck spot right there to hide things in. And this is also, I cut off, it was actually an offcut from the collection, but I liked it, so I left it there. And another sheet from the collection. I have another paper ruffle, not paper ribbon. Well, it could be a paper ribbon on this page. And I actually, now that I'm looking this, I have to make more of these papers because I'm running low. And here's the second piece of music that I have in here, and this is Dancing in the Dark. And I have another tag here, sewed all around it, and then backed it with tea-stained line paper, which I really like the way that looks. So, and this is a corner tuck that I made here. Here is some fabric that I made the ruffle here, and then I cut a little piece off too to back under the flower here, so that way it sort of ties everything in together. I like that too. Okay, so here, and I know I've talked about this in many other videos where you've seen this paper. This is paper from Germany, from the Mozart Museum. And I just took 2 and I sewed them together so that way it can create a pocket. And in this pocket I have another journaling card, or journaling tag that I made, and I backed it with some lines paper. And then this is blank here, so you could always write something here. I didn't decorate that part just because it's nice to be able to write on the front and the back of it also. So it doubles as, you know, a pocket, but also writing area. And then some more trim on the side there. And then here is the middle of the signature. Oh, my hands are getting hot. Okay, some more trim. And the other side of the little pocket. And in this one, I have another 3x4 cutout that I backed onto some tea-dyed paper. Okay, and then here, this is a bigger pocket that I made so it can hold bigger things. Nothing in there right now, but you know, you can put whatever you want inside. And just like the other corner tuck, I have some fabric that I made into a ruffle here. And this one, there's a bigger chunk that I put under a flower there. And in the pocket here, I just cut these both out from a 12x12 sheet. And this one I thought was cool. It's like a report card. So it gives all like what the person got in each, yeah, so it's each class, number of days absence, number of days present, times tardy, conduct, effort, reading and literature. So it's pretty cool. So the person was really good, all A's and B's. And then we have the alphabet here. So those go back into that pocket. And so the other side of one of the papers, one of the music sheets. And then here I did the paper ruffle on the bottom with a little bit of trim, because on the other one it was on the top. So I did this one on the bottom. And then here on this little side here is kind of like a tiny tuck. You would have to use a paper clip if you were tucking anything inside, only because it is so small you wouldn't want the thing to fall out. But what I did, because I couldn't help myself, I made a shaker tag to go in the little tuck spot, and I backed it with some lined paper. That way if you want to journal on it, you can. But I'm kind of addicted to shaking these pockets. I don't know, kind of fun for me. So that clips back in there. And some more trim, another pocket here, and I did the pocket onto the music paper, because this music paper is actually pretty thick, believe it or not, so it's really nice. So in this pocket, I have a tag that I made, and I put a little sheet of, or a little scrap, I should say, of some tea-dyed paper, so that way you can journal on the back of that. And then here is the fabric. So I put fabric on the front, and then I put some tea-dyed paper on the back, so that way you can journal. But I thought that was kind of cool. Just the fabric on the front, you know, gives a texture, which is pretty neat. And then some more trim. And here, I don't have anything in here, but I mean, realistically, I guess I could put a paper clip, and if anybody, whoever, not anybody, but whoever had this journal, if they want to use it to clip something in, they could always do that too. And I think this is the last page with a little ribbon on it. And it is. And so on the back, it's the same paper that I have on the front. Obviously, I cut it in half. I put half in the back, half in the front. So that is my newest journal. This will be available in my Etsy. I'll put the link to my shop below. And as always, you know, if you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below. I like to hear from you guys to see, you know, what you like, what you don't like, what you think, what you don't think, or, you know, whatever. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.